Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll be going over everything you know about the Nether. It has recently been released, I think about an hour ago, something like that. But it's finally released. There are a few changes from last season, so they'll be good to know. Nothing too crazy, but hopefully there aren't as many issues as it was last season, I guess. So we'll hop into this. So first of all, I'm going to go over some simple nether commands. I'm not going to do this in the nether because I don't want to waste time. Anyway, you get a max of 1 hour and 5 minutes. That's with a max. What's it called? Blaze Pet. Without Blaze Pet, you get an hour. So Blaze Pet is okay. I guess it does help. 5 minutes is 5 minutes, but it's still not the best. But basically, if we do /seagull, this is how you warp seagull. It will take you to a seagull spot, and then you can just make your way on over to this portal. You cannot do /warp nether this season because that is not a thing. Also, the portal doesn't knock you back. Apparently I moved, but it'll take you to the nether eventually. There we go. And once we are here, you can see we are in the nether. And so same spawn. To get back, you can do /spawn/isgo, something like that. I can go to home. But same spawn as last season. When you're here, you'll see that the boss arena is right in front of you. The dev is right to the side. Turn speed 5 on. And we'll do speed 3. And you'll see this NPC here. There's an NPC in that building, and that building. And then over here is the mines. We'll go over all of this eventually. But some commands that you're going to know. Basic commands are pretty simple. I'm going to hide so I don't get interrupted. But anyway, some simple commands are /in trident. This will get you a trident which you can fish with. Now first, you're going to be using your regular fishing rod, just because this is for the nether chunk, which we can go over in a second. I can't go over everything because not everything's unlocked, and we'll get into how to do that. But that's how you get the trident. You can do /in trade to trade for value blocks, which we'll get into. You can do /in craft for various crafting recipes and view recipes here. We'll get into that in a bit. That's going to be one of the larger sections. And then we'll do /in contribute. And this is where you will contribute items to get to the next tier, which we will also go over. You can also go to that guy to contribute. And along with all those commands are NPCs, like the trade is here, and the in stats, can't forget in stats. We'll go over that too. But yeah, let me lower my render distance real quick so I don't lag out and smooth FPS. So there are also some pets that you're going to want to use. So if we do /pets, we'll go to the pet list. So what I recommend using is the blaze pet. If you don't have penguin, use the cat pet. If you have penguin, just use speed 5 or speed 3 or whatever you feel comfortable with. Iron golem pet, I sadly don't have that for some reason. I've opened so many pets but have yet to get one. There's that. I don't know if the iron golem pet, no, not iron golem, skeleton pet does anything. It might not, I'm not too sure, haven't tested it. And then we have the heart pet. This will help because some of these mobs hit pretty hard. And then the new one this season is the wither pet. I'm pretty sure this works here as well, so it's always a good thing to have. And then we'll go over the nether stats next. Over here we have the nether stats. I don't know which way it's facing. I think it's okay. It's just gonna we'll face it like this. So basically, nether stats is how you get to better wood, mining, mobs, and stuff like that. If you click here, you can see the statistics of the different ones. And it says the amount you have and the amount required to complete this stat. We cannot view the next ones, but if you go back and look on my previous video from last season, you'll be able to see some other tiers. But for tier 1, the trees is brown mushrooms, and we'll go over what these look like. Ores is golden blackstone, crops is the sweet berries, mobs is the pigs, and fish caught is the dried kelp, which is caught using a regular fishing rod. Now to get to these different places, so you spawn up there, you'll walk down here, and then if you go straight you'll see this little pond. That's where you will fish. I've had players on, so it's gonna look, maybe players bug out a bit. So this is level 2. This is what the level 2, it will say above them what level they are. For now we only have the pig unlocked, so if we just like get out of vanish, well, we won't kill them now, but this is what the pig looks like. The brown mushrooms are over here. You break the like this part, not this part. This is level 2. And then over here, if we go take a left over there and go over here, this is the mines. There will be more ores popping up throughout the nether whenever it is unlocked. And then to go to the boss arena, you just keep walking straight, and it's right there. And you will put ritual skulls in there, which we will go over in a few minutes. Now, right now, we're going to go over here, and we'll go over the nether contribute next. So, to contribute, you're going to place items in here, and as you can see, there's a description down there. It says I've contributed items, which I haven't. I don't know why it says. Probably for testing earlier on in the season, whenever we didn't have access to it. So this is where basically you deposit all nether items that you want to contribute to get to the next level. This is per player now, I believe, and it can get a little tricky, especially for the later tiers. Can't remember I don't believe there's anything else you need to do to get to the next level besides completing the nether stats that you're on, and then getting to the next level via this. You can only contribute the current levels items, so like if you're trying to get to tier 4 to unlock that, you'll have to contribute tier 3 items. So that's pretty much all there is about the contribute. Just get items. You can buy and sell them. They're not untradeable. So some top islands will set up player shops for those, and that's handy. Future Sam. I completely forgot to record a section that I didn't know about, which is new this season, which is called /n upgrade or unlock. Press enter, and you'll have a cancel or a confirm. This you won't get this GUI unless you have completed the end stats. So I have recently completed those, and so I'm just gonna run /n unlock. I don't know why I keep wanting to upgrade, but you do that. And it says there are sky coins that are required. This is per player contribution and will unlock the nether level just for you. So it costs 100,000 to go from level 1 to level 2. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, we'll just press confirm, and we have unlocked. And just to demonstrate /n, can't remember the command for the life of me. It says please complete the current level requirements first. And if we go to first person, get out of vanish, we should be able to damage normal mobs now. Yep. So we can now do that. That's all I just wanted to pop in with. So yeah. Next, we will go over the nether bosses. Now this is going to be one of the larger sections of the video. Probably the last section. I saved it for last because it's the most complicated part, and not a lot of people got it last season. It's a bit tricky to figure out, but I think I figured it all out. So if we go over here, you'll see there are ritual skulls you have to place. You place 16 in, or not just you, but everyone places 16. You'll get a boss. It'll look like a wither and fly around here, and hopefully it doesn't fly out or get stuck up there like it did last season. But basically you'll get ritual skulls from doing different tasks, like just completing your nether tasks should get you skulls. You can also buy and sell them, I believe, on the auction house or in player shops. Same with boss fragments, which we'll get into in a second. And This random particles distracting me. But yeah, there are 6 different bosses that you can get. If we do slash in craft, you can see it brings up this GUI. It looks like a lot of like Mcraft, which you can view recipes of. There's Terra, Tidal, Abyssal, Infernal, Mystic, and Celestial. So these are all different rarities, kind of like D-Boss. So we'll start with Terra, one of the more common ones. There are 4 different things you can craft with it here. So level 1 is potato, or hot potato. Gotta read correct. It applies to hose. We'll go over the enchants in a second. We have the Lucky Breaker, applies to axes. And I guess we'll go over their abilities here as well. It gives a chance for potatoes to be cooked on break. It's not a, well, it won't be useful unless you can condense them, because I think they do sell for a bit more. We have, and yeah, you can see the different chances. I'm not going to read them out. They're just a bit of a pain to do. So we got Lucky Breaker. It applies to axes, and it's a reduced chance to get an unlucky break from the Lucky Block, which is kind of useful, especially if you don't want your inventory shuffled all the time. We got Extractor, which applies to all armor, and this is an increase in XP from enchant scrapping, so it's kind of like experienced armor, which I'm wearing right now. And then we have Experienced Fisherman, which applies to fishing rods and gives additional XP per catch, which is kind of useful. Next we have the Tidal Titan Skull. This one only has 3 crafts that come along with it. So we got Guillotine. This applies to swords and is an increased chance for mobs to drop heads. We have Grim Reaper, and this applies to hose. It is a chance of receiving a soul on crop break, so kind of like farming souls. Yeah, farming souls. And I believe you can apply this to your farmer's harvester. I would get a screenshot of it before trying to create it. No, I'm still here. Minecraft. There's a timer, as you can see. So if we go here, we will see that. Yeah, I was talking about getting a screenshot of your tool before putting it on, just in case it bugs out, and then we can just refund it for you. Next we got Heart of the Sea, and this applies to fishing rods. I'm assuming these can also go into your mastery rod, which I do not have, but oh well, boo-hoo, no one fishes. So this is a chance to receive souls equal to the quality of the fish catch. That could get you a lot of souls pretty quick. Next we go on to Abyssal, and this one also has 3. So first of all is Dungeon Excavator. This gives a chance to find a high tier spawner. I believe this is only the highest tier spawner that you have unlocked. So if you have tier 1 unlocked, you'll get tier 1. If you have tier 5, you have the chance to get a tier 5. Nothing above. Next we move on to the Protector. This applies to all armor. It adds additional level of protection to the armor. Kind of useful if you do, I don't know, if you make G-sets or something like that for PvP. Besides that, not too much use for it. Next we have Warlord, which applies to bows and swords. This grants an additional random fragment or skull every so often, or it changes per level, boss damage dealt. So it could give you, I think this only applies to nether bosses, but I'm not too sure on that. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments, and I'll be greatly appreciated. Next we move on to Infernal. This one has 4. So One Hit Wonder. This is probably one of the better ones in the nether anyway. This applies to bows and has a chance to one-hit kill nether mobs with a bow. So this is especially useful if you're trying to kill some mobs that do a lot of damage. Next, I'm still here. We'll go to Hell's Harvest. This applies to tools and weapons, and it's a chance to receive double drops in the nether. So this is quite useful, especially if you're trying to like contribute stuff faster or want to sell your items, or I don't know, something along those lines. Next we have Cultist, which is tools and weapons. A chance to double original skull found. So this is quite useful, especially if you want to place, because when you place them, you get like a guaranteed amount of skulls from that, and then on top of the damage, you'll get more. Then we got Undertaker. Yeah. This applies to armor and increases the time in the nether by 1 minute per armor piece. So you could get potential, I think 9 extra minutes along with this. So in total, I don't know, a bit of extra time in nether, which could be useful. Move on to Mystic next. This one has 4. So Beast Tamer applies to armor. It's a chance to earn 2 of the same pet eggs on open, so this could be good, except if you get a bunch of, I don't know, maybe glow squid pets or something like that, penguin pets, something like that, you'll get lots of those. Next we got Prospector. This applies to pickaxes, and it has a chance for ancient debris mine to become another right block. Next we got the Butcher, and it applies to swords. A chance to double rare mob drops. So this is good, especially if you kill mobs. It has a 50% chance, so at level 3. And by the way, this is how you craft it, so it's a stack for the max level of this anyway, along with your weapon in the middle and sword, or another drop there. Next we got Midas Touch. So this applies to hose and has a chance for carrots to produce golden carrots. I'm still here. So this is good if you farm carrots, I guess, because they might sell for more. I had no clue. But as one who has never touched a single carrot in my life, it will not work for me. If you're Madsy, good for you. Next, Celestial. This one has 5, because this is the rarest. This is Miner's Hull. It applies to pickaxes, and it gives an additional level of unbreaking. So these are different. They have multiple, well, they all have different tiers. But level 1, it's an additional efficiency level to a pickaxe. At level 2, it's an unbreaking and so just unbreaking at level 2, and level 3, and there's additional 3 levels of fortune to a pickaxe. So I think this works on a super pickaxe, so you could potentially get up to fortune 18, I think, if this works how I think it is. So that's pretty cool. We got Fisherman's Catch. It applies to fishing rods, and it's increased a catch rate of lava fish. So this is good if you fish, but I don't know. That is a lie, Moon. Rune Finder, or Enricher. This applies to armor, and it is increased in equipped rune abilities, which is okay, I guess. I don't use runes. Anyway, Farmer's Harvest is applying to hose, and it adds an additional level of efficiency, unbreaking, or farm fortune. So this is only good on level 3, because more farm fortune is also always good. Lastly, we got Hunter's Bounty, which applies to swords. This applies an additional level of sharpness. At level 2, it's unbreaking, and at level 3, it's 3 looting levels, which could bring it up to looting 28 potentially on your Slayer Blade. So, I'm still here. That is how you... I think that's pretty much everything about bosses. You'll want to use your bow when it's in the air, or sword and crit it out, or something like that when it is on the ground. They deal a massive amount of damage, so you'll probably die a lot. And I don't think... no, Nether boss is not here anymore, so you'll have to... I think you can do slash back if it doesn't bug out. So there's that for the bosses. Trading is where you trade for value blocks specific to the Nether. Ignore how they're looking at me. It's just I can't get it to look good because it always just wants to look at you. But anyway, you can do slash in trade, or you can just click on here and then click on the different blocks there to trade them. So as you can see, you can get from level 1 to 2, so level 1 and 2 items, level 3 and 4 items, and then level 5 items only for this. These are very good if you're going for island top. If you have a lot of items and you aren't going for island top, they're great for money. The island top islands will usually buy them for a decent amount of money. So you can see all the different required materials to trade here. They're the same for each one. It's just harder to get for some because of the rarity. if you do /i's block values, we went over this in yesterday's video. You can see these are here. So crying obsidian gives 1 mil, lodestone gives 5 mil, and respawn anchor gives 10 million value. So they give a lot of value. They're worth a lot of money. They're overall pretty good to use. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I covered everything that is needed to know. Turn players back on. Visuals still here. There's lava fishing if you want to lava fish there, and we might go over some other stuff in the future, or just on live streams, little snippets, maybe in some shorts, but I don't have any plans to do that right now because I believe I went over everything. We can go over what tools you can use. That's basically your Slayer blade and your bow. To break crops, just use your fist or something like that. You can use your harvester if you like, but it's not that necessary. Pretty sure that's all for today's video. If you liked it, please consider liking and subscribing. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comments. Any video ideas, let me know in the comments as well. And I will see you all in another video. Goodbye everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day.